When you say they've taken everything from us and they have brought nothing to us, that is a fact. They came and killed our government. You know, I was just listening to a British piece which was saying that
the pace of oil prospecting in the Republic of Cameroon accelerated in the 1960s, leading to the discovery of oil onshore and offshore, the coastal areas of West Cameroon by ELF, the French oil conglomerate. As good as it was to have discovered significant reserves of oil onshore and offshore, the state of West Cameroon, the Republic of Cameroon, and French governments were concerned that Cameroon's federal system of government could stand in their way of exploiting these reserves in accordance with Cameroon, France's secret commercial accords of 1958 and 1959. As a condition to granting independence to the Republic of Cameroon in January 1960, France had entered into secret accords with Ahidjo that gave France priority rights of exploration and exploitation of all subsoil resources, including oil. These were the same accords that had contributed to the 1958 overthrow of André-Marie Bida, the first head of government of French Cameroon, who had vehemently refused to sign them or agree to a certain kind of independence from France. The conflict of interests in these oil reserves between France, Ahidjo, and the state of West Cameroon was triggered not by events within Cameroon, but rather by Algeria's decision to nationalize 4 foreign oil companies in June 1970. At issue in Algeria were the 1965 Evian Accords between France and Algeria, where the government of Algeria was coerced into accepting only 28 cents per barrel compared to 75 to 90 cents per barrel in other Middle Eastern or South American countries. Faced with economic decline, massive capital outflows, and rapidly increasing government spending, the government of Algeria quickly became dissatisfied with the Evian agreements and decided to break the agreements and take over foreign oil companies. With this background, French President Pompidou and French Minister of African Affairs Jacques Foccart visited Cameroon.
They thought that if we still have a government in Boya, it will complicate their exploitation of those resources. So they asked for that government to be abolished. And when it got abolished, so they came and abolished our government. They destroyed our economy. They killed. You know, we can never report these things too much. Mm-hmm. They destroy our economy. They killed. They stole PMO. They stole all the. When they took PMO, they took $160 million American dollars, and the building was built. And went and built a building in Douala, and looted all that money. They killed all our cooperatives, mm-hmm. stole all the money, destroyed all our businessmen, destroyed all our banks. So these are the things. So when Roger said they came and took everything, I mean, it's good to remind people about what they took.
Yeah, no, and we can never emphasize it when all this repetition, because some of these things are things that we have talked about, and we are repeating them so that people should know why we are where we are today. And there were 58 thriving businesses when we came to join these people in 1961. Mm-hmm. There were 58 thriving businesses. Banks that were loaning money more than La République banks could loan. And
we're doing better than any of the banks they had.
The Frontier said you could get 2 million CFA francs from Cameroon Bank, while if you wanted 500,000 in La République, you had to write an application and send to France. It had to be approved from France. So we can never emphasize these things so much. And it is important that we emphasize them, because that is going to be part of that dialogue that they are talking about. How are these people going to compensate us? Because if you took $160 million from the marketing board in the 1960s, what would be the value of that money today.
No, I think marketing board got killed.
I mean, PMO that you were talking.
Yeah, PMO.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it wasn't killed in 1960. I think it was because I remember that in the 70s, PMO was still existing.
Well, but they had started. What I'm trying to say is that the business.
I just want us to be accurate with that date.
Yes, with the dates. The businesses that they had started tapping from us, taking those resources, depriving the farmers of all of those, you can go back. And I say that because we have had this disagreement before, why these people are doing what they did in 1972, when they killed this government. Remember that this government was killed by 1968, when they appointed their overseers and all those things and sent them into our territory.
Actually, now that you're actually emphasizing that, they actually undermined the government of Southern Cameroon right immediately after Fumban, because after Fumban they appointed Ngo to go and be the federal inspector, and then they made all the dues become federal employees reporting directly to Ngo. So they have stolen our government right from Fumban,
right
in 1961. Yes,
right from. So what I was trying to make you understand is that Algerian argument, because when you look at their behavior from when we came and joined them, you could see that they have never changed.
Yes,
that is something that, and we have discussed this on this show before, and I said the fact that these people voted against our independence at the United Nations tells you that they had this thing all planned out.
Yes.
So it is not something that happened in Nigeria or anywhere that make them start acting in a certain way. From the United Nations, the fact that they never wanted us to be independent before joining them. Remember, that's what they were against. They did not want us to be independent before joining them. They wanted us to join them.
And these were two separate territories with two separate UN mandates and two separate UN application of 76B.
Yes, and we had our government already. Remember when we came back from Nigeria, we formed the government right away.
Yes, in 1954.
Even before Ghana, which is one of the first African countries, had a government. So we were doing fine. So these things, they were all calculated, and people need to understand that. These people have never changed. Their intentions have never changed. It is just that as time goes on, it becomes clearer and clearer to us. And it is completely, the writing is now completely on the wall. There is no smoke screen. There is nothing protecting anybody from seeing it. Anybody who does not see it today has refused to see it. So there is no discussion again about what their intentions are. We have seen it. And those of us who have been fighting for this thing are advocating for it for years. The people who are just opening their eyes now can clearly see what these people's agenda has been from day one. It has never been to live with us together. It has always been to take us over.